How's it going? How's it going, my friend? Robert Stone. I wonder what I learned this time. What it is, big homie. Yeah, good. Yeah, I wonder what you're going to learn too. Yeah, I wonder what you're going to learn too. Who knows what's going to come out of this? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Well, just ask your questions. You can ask whatever you want. And before that, let me tell you that if you're not on Magic Mentor yet, you need to get the fuck on Magic Mentor. Seriously. Okay, get on Magic Mentor. Magic Mentor, my newest program, daily mentoring, daily videos in witchcraft. Okay, where else are you going to get that? Plus, it's so cheap, it's not even funny. Okay, so get on Magic Mentor. Okay, yeah, if you don't take advantage of that, you're really missing out. Yeah. Magic Mentor, grailoftheserpent.com/Magic Mentor info. This is how you sign up. Okay, get on it. Get on it, folks. Get on it. I mean, what are you waiting for? Seriously. Okay. What are you waiting for? I mean, you're watching all these videos. I'm probably not the only person that you watch on YouTube in regards to witchcraft, right? I mean, most people watch different channels, different information. Maybe you read stuff. But listen, I'm telling you, it's impossible. It's literally impossible to just screen all of this. You could spend 80 years just screening all of the information that is out there. Okay. And then you wouldn't even have started categorizing it, putting it into a context. Okay. You're just going to be totally overwhelmed. You're just going to be totally overwhelmed, which is also, by the way, a strategy by those in power. They just want to overwhelm you with all this stuff so that you can't actually apply it and use it. You see? Now, one thing that I learned, and I'm really grateful that I learned that because it was taught to me because I had teachers too. Okay? I was not arrogant and thought I didn't need a teacher. I needed teachers, of course. Yeah. And one thing that I learned from that teacher changed my life completely, which is the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you heard about that before, but the 80-20 rule states that everything is distributed in a 20-80 ratio. What does that mean? 20% of the leaves on a tree are going to generate 80% of the oxygen. 20% of the resources in any given country, any given economy are going to be owned by 80% of the people, and 80% of the resources are going to be owned by 20% of the people. Okay. 20% of your cells require 80% of your energy. Yeah. 20% of your customers are going to generate 80% of your revenue if you run a business or something like that. So what Magic Mentor is the most comprehensive, most structured way to teach you that what all of the occult really encompasses. Okay? You learn what I'm teaching you in Magic Mentor, you're going to be able to plug into any system out there. You're going to be able to work with it because I'm giving you the things that allow you to the 20% of the things, the 20% of the knowledge that allows you to master and know 80% of what is actually necessary. Okay. And the rest, I'll give you two, of course, but see, the most important thing that you need is orientation. Okay. Orientation. If you don't have a map, you're not going to reach your goal. Okay. So the question is, how many years have you been interested in magic? How many years have you been fantasizing about what it would be like to have all these powers? What if I could actually call up spirits? What if I could actually open portals to another dimension and call the spirit through and ask it to do my bidding? You know, I mean, to me, this is kind of normal. I do that every day, right? It's normal. But think about it. That's fucking cool. That's fucking amazing, man. And I remember when I learned about this possibility, you can actually open a portal, understanding consciousness, understanding shifting your state of consciousness, understanding how certain patterns, geometrical patterns, open portals so that you can bring a spirit into this world and you can talk to it, send it out, and the spirit does things for you. Spirit changes circumstances for you and allows you to take control over any situation in your life, including people. That's fucking awesome. Okay. That's fucking awesome. That makes you way more powerful than most people out there. Okay. So are you just going to fantasize about that, or are you actually going to learn how to do that in a structured, clear, and concise way? Are you going to do that or not? Yeah, but let's see. 20% of the men reproduce with 80% of the women. Yes, that is true. Hey, Frank, I joined Magic Mentor. Great lesson, brother. Great lessons. Yeah, you're welcome, Veronica. Hey, Frank, enjoying Magic Mentor. Glad I signed up. Good choice. Good decision. Hello, I enjoyed your Art of War study session. Okay. Have you been on Magic Mentor? Have you signed up? You should sign up. 20% of the men reproduce with 80% of the women. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Greetings, Frank. Could you give us a working definition of a sorcerer as distinct from, say, a witch, wizard, or magician? Hold on. Could you give us a working definition of a sorcerer distinct from, say, a witch, wizard, or magician? Yeah, I mean, a sorcerer. Look, I use the term sorcerer just because I think the term magician is a little bit corny, or it has been made corny by a lot of people, by Harry Potter and whatnot. Um, that's why I say sorcerer, because in my practice, I aim for, um, at least what I present here, I aim for practical results. So you could say that's sorcery. Sorcerer, the etymology of that word is somebody that reconnects to source and molds source, meaning the field of consciousness to match their will. Okay, to changes outcomes in that way. I know there are a lot of people, but that's just that's just definition. Some people say a sorcerer. They they give you different categories. Okay, they give you a sorcerer, magician, mystic, and all of that. In reality, all of these things gotta be combined. Okay, any magician is a sorcerer, and any sorcerer has to be a mystic. Why? What is mysticism? Mysticism is exploring different states of consciousness. You cannot do rituals if you don't explore different states of consciousness, you see. Why? Because you have to go into this altered state to communicate with the spirit and to give him your instructions. So the spirit does that for you. Okay? That's it. So, um, working definition of a sorcerer, they're all the same thing, you know. They're all the same things. So I don't know what you're implying here, or what you're trying to say, or what you're trying to ask me here. These are all different terms, but if you do your craft good in the right way, a magician is a sorcerer as well as a mystic. And a sorcerer is a magician as well as a mystic. The mystic is no, the mystic can be just a mystic, meaning they just go into altered states, and go into different states of ecstasy and union with the whole without actually applying that to cause changes in the physical world. Now, I am a magician. I'm a magician, and a magician out of necessity is a mystic as well. But because that word is a little bit corny, okay, a lot of people would. It's been overused. It's been misused. It's been like it's been used in the wrong way, I believe, oftentimes. That's why I avoid that. I don't like to call myself a magician. I say it's sorcerer because it sounds cooler. But at the end of the day, I'm a magician. I'm a magician. You know. Besides that, look, bro, it's all terminology. At the end of the day, what matters are the results. Okay. So how I define myself doesn't really matter. You know, what matters is what results I get. You see, there are many, many people out here that are out there that are initiated into very, very, very high levels of magical orders. They're magicians or magus level, whatever, but they can't do shit with their craft. Okay, so I don't respect that. I respect results, and you should too. Don't be fooled by titles. Don't be fooled by definitions. Don't be fooled by people's knowledge in terms of data. That's all nothing, man. Okay? It's all nothing. It's just data. It's just data. It's like I don't know. Do you want to be able to have sex, or do you just want to like read books about having sex? Hmm? Man, the amounts of people that write books on occultism that have never ever done an actual ritual, and they warn you of the dangers of actually practicing. Now, how the fuck do you know that, asshole? How the fuck do you know? How are you supposed to know? You never did a fucking little ritual in your entire fucking life. That's called armchair occultists. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I am an occultist, but not an armchair occultist. Yeah, I'm an occultist, a practicing occultist. That's what I am. Okay. I'm a scholar and I'm a practitioner as well. Okay. I know a lot of stuff, but guess what? I have even more practice under my belt. You see? So call me a practicing occultist. That's what I am. And the rest I don't really give a shit about. What do people call themselves? You're like, I don't know. I mean, there's so many people that just study the occult. They study that as a um, like physics, But physicists at least do experiments. But you gotta practice this stuff. How many Masons, how many Freemasons are out there that they don't even know what an egregore is. They don't even know how to use their own symbolism in a ritual. Okay. Next time you meet somebody who's a Mason, ask them how the symbols can actually be used to change reality, or show them a map of fucking Washington D.C. and let them like ask them, show me where the symbolism is. You know, ask them about ancient Egypt. So it's crazy, man. So that's what I am, a practicing occultist. The rest I don't give a shit about. Okay, all I care about is results. Can you actually do what you're talking about? Okay. I'm not Jordan Maxwell. I'm going to spend 60 years of my life just studying stuff and regurgitate blah, 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 blah. This whole fits an entire fucking labyrinth. Well, what these people don't realize is that they are being trapped in a labyrinth themselves. Their mind is totally disorganized. And I said this before, man. Listen, communication should if it's done right, should resolve issues. It should clarify things instead of making things more complicated. You see, if you're listening to somebody and they're complicating things for you instead of resolving problems, instead of clarifying things, instead of creating more or generating more understanding within you, you should just drop that and not listen to them because they're either intentionally distracting you, confusing you, or they themselves don't understand what they're doing. Truth is always simple, truth is always easy, you see? So when you listen to me, you get very clear answers usually, right? I clarify a lot for you. And this is the value that I really bring. This is the real value that I bring. Why? Because I have practice, you see? I have practice. Once again, let's come back to the example of having sex. Let's say somebody who has never had sex tries to explain to you what it is having sex, and they pretend, you know, well, my blood was flowing into a certain, part of my body, and it got erect, and then I found an opening in the other body, and I put it in there, and blah 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 blah. You know, they're going to give you some really abstract and really sterile explanation, and they're going to sound very smart, but you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to know what it is actually about. Somebody who knows how to do that is, I was just you just fuck, you just fuck, you know. So, um, and the same with magic. The truth is always easy. Truth is always easy. Or let's put it like that. Truth is always simple. And if you walk away from listening to somebody and you're more confused than before, that person is doing something wrong. You understand? So, X magic, another buzzword. What does that mean? Begab mich mit meiner Truth. What? Mhm. What do you think about modifying the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram? Lots of people change it to fit more their spiritual paradigm. Can it be modified safely? Would you even recommend using this ritual? Yeah, it's a good ritual, but you shouldn't modify it. You shouldn't modify it. At least, I mean, you can a little bit where you keep it in the same paradigm and the symbology is not changed. So you could include two more angels, maybe Metatron and Sandalphon, maybe above you and below you, and but that's about it. That's about it. I wouldn't change it too much. You know, I really doubt that other teachers take it that far. Others will teach hippity boppity do spells, but never what is actually necessary to elevate your magic, like Frank does. Yeah. So you got two choices. Either they themselves don't know what they're doing, or they want to keep that from you. So either way, you should drop them and learn from me. How do I begin to work with the cliff off? Work with the Kabbalah first. See? And look, if you are now making the connection between, or can't make the connection between Kabbalah and Qliphoth, you got a big problem. Okay. So look, the Qliphoth is actually naturally the result. You will naturally hit the Qliphoth after you work through the Kabbalah, you know. So work through the Kabbalah first. Pendulum technique worked. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, if it worked for you. Look, I mean, look. It's not the technique that needs to be that it needs to prove itself. Okay, and I don't even know if you intended that to be your comment, but look, it's kind of like a kick in martial arts or a move in martial arts. It's not the move that has to be proven to work. It's been working for thousands of people, or not, much, much more. It's been working for hundreds of years for an enormous amount of people. You try it and it doesn't work. Is the move wrong now? No, of course not. It's you that doesn't know how to make it work. You see? So that's why you need discipline and practice. So keep going. It's not that you learn exercises that don't work. It's that you don't know how to make it work. That's it. Is Magic Mentor helpful for people who may be more advanced than a beginner? Helpful for people. Well, dude, what do I say? What do I answer to that? What do I answer to that? What do I answer to that? Because I got that question before, and I'm trying to figure out how I can make people understand what this is actually about. Okay, first of all, uh, yes, most definitely. If you're not a master magician yet, you're gonna learn new things, and you're gonna you're gonna improve your craft. You know, but be careful. You know, be careful to think that you're too advanced for something. Yeah. Every craft, everything has a couple of basic moves that you need to have down. Okay, and then you got to build upon those skills. So yeah, in the beginning, the first lessons, you're gonna learn the basics. But in my experience, most people don't have the basics down at all. Yeah. So see, when I look at most people that consider themselves advanced magicians, I just see, and this is true in 90% of the cases, I just see people that know a little bit of symbology. Maybe 10% of their sigil rituals are successful. How are they successful? It's something that would have happened without any magical effort, anyways, and it's total, like, I don't know. It's like baby shit. It's baby shit. Seriously. Okay. I've been involved in the occult long enough to know what most people that consider themselves advanced actually do and are capable of, which is a joke. Okay. So there's always room for improvement. Yeah, 100%. Of course, there's room for improvement. Yes, 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 yes. Definitely. Most definitely. How much energy do I need to perform a love spell for someone who doesn't want a relationship? How am I supposed to answer that? In a You need 50,000 calories, or how am I supposed to answer? How much energy do you need? It really totally depends on It totally depends on the person, on the situation. There's not a clear amount of energy I can give you, or you know, so can't answer that. Frank is them know that Frank let them know that one of your students here was not the beginner but was missing a lot of the details. Your program is filling in the gaps from what I knew. Okay, there you go. Thank you for saying that. Should you enter a trance state before or during reading tarot? Seems like the same cards pop up. But while you're shuffling the cards, you have to already be in a slight trance. So, can you tell us what comes after the basics, if possible, or even hint at what we should expect? Yeah, advanced stuff. Right, there's always room for improvement, indeed. Could you recommend a book for working with the Kabbalah? Hey, Frank, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, read Sefer Yetzirah. See, look, bro. Once again, you're asking me about a book about the Kabbalah. See, when you have the let's say somebody had written a grimoire focused on the Kabbalah. What you're gonna get is their map. You understand? You need to have your own access to these energies, and you need to develop your own connection to these energies. That's the only way you're going to create an authentic way of interacting with them. If you just use somebody else's map, that's a religion. That's a religious approach. It's not authentic anymore. You see? What's the difference between, uh, let's say, a religion and that? Then, I mean, see, what you're supposed to learn is how to access different spheres, how to access different energies, how to communicate with entities, and then you have the map of the Kabbalah, okay, which is basically the tree of life. Because Kabbalah is something. The Kabbalah is not the tree of life. Okay, the Kabbalah is just the oral tradition of Jewish mysticism. Okay, what we're going for the most part, if you're not going into gematria, because that's I know hardly any magicians that practically work with the gematria. You're usually going to work with the tree of life, and all that you need is the tree of life, and then you create your own access point, your own access to these different spheres, and then you're going to work with the archangels in there, and this is how you're going to authentically work through the tree. Okay, but not by following somebody else's map. Okay, somebody could lay out their journey. Okay, this was what happened, this was what happened, this was what happened, and you could read that in terms of getting an idea of how that might play out. But your magic must be individual, must be your magic. That can only happen if you authentically, truly can access energies, alter your state of consciousness, channel these energies, and evoke them. Okay, so that's why you need these abilities. That's why you need these skills, and this is why you need to work on the basics. Okay. Hey Frank, how are you? Good to see you. How's it going? Hey Frank, I'm turning vegetarian and practicing fasting again. What is the longest you have fasted, and how does fasting help your spirit body? Thank you for your wisdom. Okay. Well, the longest I've fasted, I usually fast 20 hours a day, and I try to have two meals, but sometimes I only have one. Today I only have one. I'm not going to have another one. So I fast for 20 hours and make sure that I get my electrolytes because that's important, you know. And Yeah, have a big meal. That's it. But uh, look, when you're empty, when your stomach is never empty, your body is constantly working on processing this stuff. Okay, so that means you're never going to clean out. The body can never clean house because it's constantly processing new stuff that is in there. Okay, so fasting helps the body, do some autophagy, which is basically repairing a lot of damage and recycling damaged tissue, cells, and whatnot. Right, so it's just keeping you cleaner. Besides that, it lowers inflammation, which is the cause of all disease. It prevents diabetes because your blood sugar is going to be very even. Okay. And you're going to think much clearer, extremely clear. And you're going to have a much easier time meditating and doing spiritual work. So it has a whole lot of benefits. Okay? I don't think the body is designed to constantly have something, in the system. You know, just don't think it's designed like that. I mean, why are people sick these days? Why are so many people obese? It's because high sugar, of course, high sugar, processed food, you know. And one of the lessons you explained to do the meditations while sitting down with your spine straight. Is it okay to lay down with your spine straight or doesn't it? No, laying down is not good. You're gonna fall asleep. I've noticed when I eat pizza and junk food and mess and meats, my thoughts are not my own. And when I eat healthy, I'm on the right path as far as self-discipline. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know. Look, yeah. I mean, of course, your what you put in your body is going to affect how your body works and your thoughts and your emotions and all of that stuff. That's the reason why I don't eat meat, because I know that it's spiritually going to affect me negatively. That's what it is. It takes way more power for the body to process that type of consciousness. It's a very complex thing that you're eating. Okay, it's very complex. What's that? A complex programming. Yeah. So the animal is not easily processed, and the nature of the individual will change based on the food that they eat, of course. And yeah, it's true. You will have more of an animal nature if you eat a lot of animal products. I mean, is that really that hard to understand? Is it really that hard? Is food really just proteins, carbohydrates, and fats? No, there's much more to it. There's information, if you will. Okay, there's information that comes with the food. Okay, and if you really put that into your body, it will become part of you. It's easier to break down plant-based stuff. But some people are going to take that the wrong way because they believe in their diet like a religion. You know, so it's not logic that they're using. It's not logic that they're using. Like, I mean, there's a carnivore diet that's really big right now. I think because Joe Rogan announced it, or I think Joe Rogan got on it, and then it became a big trend, or maybe he jumped on the bandwagon. I don't know, but definitely not for me. Definitely not for me. I mean, it depends on your goals. I mean, if you don't want to do spiritual stuff, if you just want to get big, a lot of meat is maybe a good idea. Yeah, I don't I don't know. To each their own. For me, a vegan ketogenic diet works very well, or at least ketogenic vegetarian or something like that, where you maybe eat eggs. But if you do anything, just stay away from the fucking sugar and the preservatives and the chemicals in your food, okay? This shit is killing you. I'm telling you, this shit is killing you. It's insane. It's insane. People are just sick. People are sick. Everybody has something these days. Everybody has something. Even if it's just inflammation. From the age of 30 onwards, people have all kinds of chronic diseases. Fuck diabetes, man. And diabetes is no joke. Diabetes is no joke. Okay, you want that? You want diabetes? Really? I mean, yeah, I like pizza or I like burgers or like this and that. This shit is killing you, man. It's killing you. It's a drug. It's an addiction. So you better drop that seriously. Okay. I noticed that meat makes me depressed and sugar causes mood swings. I want to be vegetarian for life since I've noticed the change. We eat the information of our food. Yeah, of course. Do you ever use any drugs, alcohol for recreational or ritual purposes, even coffee or tea? I stopped drinking coffee. How often should we fast? Look. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not going to give you any advice on what you should do. Okay, I'm just telling you what I do. That's it. Okay, but you should drop the fucking sugar. That's an advice. That's an advice that I'm giving you. Okay, that's safe. Just don't eat sugar. Just don't eat sugar, please. Okay, that includes bread and pasta, by the way. Okay, because that on pizza, because that will turn into sugar really quick. What are some ways to transmute sexual energy into other outlets or forms of energy? Uh, I don't think sexual energy is really different from other types of life force. Okay, so the question is, once it's raised, where do you direct it? You see, so you could, for instance, charge a talisman. Okay, just um, I don't know. You could stimulate yourself sexually. Okay, stimulate yourself sexually, and then do that again and again and again, and then don't come, no orgasm, and then you channel the energy that has been raised because your body's going to be buzzing with energy. You focus that energy into a visualization or into a talisman or something like that. Okay, and that talisman is then going to bring you what it is that you wanted. Okay, so that's one way to transmute sexual energy. I went vegan for 4 years ago because I don't know, I went vegan 4 years ago because I kept hearing a voice telling me to. I feel feel like I've had a deeper connection with myself and the energy since then. Yeah, I believe you. I'm changing my diet to have optimal performance and magic. Good. The junk food at this point is not worth it at all. Okay. Limiting meat consumption to specific occasions or for ritual purposes. What are your thoughts on this? Do what works for you, man. Do what works for you. And by the way, I'm gonna put on some more weight. The last couple of months, I've been mainly doing a lot of yoga and tai chi, and I've not lifted any weights, so I wasn't really hungry. So I lost a lot of weight because I was eating much less. But I'm going to show you that you can actually put on a little bit of mass, which I'm not going for a bodybuilder look or whatever. I'm just going to start lifting weights again. So I'm going to eat more. And that means I'm going to fill up very quickly. And I'm going to show you that that's possible on a vegan keto diet, because a lot of people think that being vegan means you're totally unhealthy. And then they show you pictures of malnourished vegans. Yeah. Well, let me send you some pictures of disgustingly obese and almost dying meat eaters. How about that? Okay. I mean, you can find negatives for everything, right? I mean, it's not objective at all. Okay. In general, vegans are much healthier than people that eat meat. 100%. 100%. Okay. So, uh, what do I think about your question? Um, what do what works for you? You know, I'm not your nutritionist. I'm not your nutritionist. My thoughts on that are I would not do it. I would not do it. Why? For what? Because people will judge you if you don't eat pork feet, or because people will judge you if you don't eat these ribs. Fuck people. People are stupid. You know, let them judge you. Let them judge you. It's fine. You're gonna be judged anyways. You know. I mean, that's really that's really what I would like to say. You're gonna be judged anyway, so at least be judged for something that you believe in. Okay. Listen, if that's the worst, I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna talk about that shit. A lot, a lot of my family members lost over diabetes. Yes, good. Um, yeah, that happens. You're truly my favorite sorcerer. Peace, fam. Gotta handle this business. Okay, awesome. Get the food, fam. Get the food. What about rice? Does that turn into sugar? Yes, very quickly. It's carbs, carbohydrates that can be broken down very quickly. What would happen if you chanted a certain mantra a million times over the course of 3 years? Do you smoke cigars still? Yeah, when I do an offering, yeah, when I do offerings for certain spirits in certain rituals, yeah, I smoke a cigar, but not recreationally. I don't do that for fun. I gained 5 pounds when I first went vegan because of the carbs and oils. Yeah, you can't just, yeah, I mean, there's a dirty way to do a vegan diet, of course. Yeah. Does cigar smoke work like incense? On certain spirits, it does, yeah. I mean, when we use tobacco in a Santeria ritual, oftentimes, I don't know if you know that, but you do the divinations, and sometimes, I mean, you got to ask them if everything's okay. Then you throw the uh, the shells or whatever, and they will let you know if they want a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of rum, stuff like that. You know, that's not for me. That's for the spirits. You know, so they let you know, but only specific types of spirits like tobacco. It's not every spirit. Not every spirit's going to accept that. Or like tradition. You know. Have you tried? Have you tried diatomaceous earth? No. What's your favorite thing to detox with? Favorite thing to detox with? Well, since I'm fasting, the body's detoxing, and in the morning, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a lot of the toxins in my mouth, because what the body can't get rid of through urine, um, meaning I can't pee it out. It's gonna bring it back into the mouth. So what I do in the morning is get a little bit of coconut oil in my mouth, and I and spit it out after a couple minutes, and this takes all the toxins out there, and then I brush my teeth. Besides that, detoxification, what do I do? I just fast. I don't really do detox things. I like sea moss, but I don't know if that's good for detoxification. Not completely sure about that. Well, no detoxification. Don't know about that. I'm still new and learning. I'm a magic mentor as well. Good choice. Good decision. A lot of toxins can be expelled through the skin. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Wow, I eat rice daily. No wonder at times I feel tired or sluggish. Hispanic culture is flooded with rice. Yeah, I heard about that. Ritual baths. I'm sure ritual baths help. Why do spirits like offerings of material things such as smoke and liquor? What is the exchange happening there? Well, in any substance, there is potential energy, right? Now, when you, in your mind, connect the act of giving the offering as well as the energy inside of the offering to the spirit, you can give it to the spirit. You know, it's not just that you let it sit there. You gotta make have the intention and the concentration that the energy inside of this thing is flowing towards the spirit. Yeah, and that's it. There's potential energy in there, a certain type of energy, and that's certain spirits like that. You know, it's like their food. You know? Does men have more magical power than women since we have semen? No, no. Magic is a feminine force, my friend. It's a female force. Yeah. But there are different tendencies in women and men when it comes to magic. Uh, in my observation, women are tend to be better mediums, if that makes sense. They're very good um, at being possessed and giving messages and all of that. Men in general, and once again, I'm generalizing here, but men in general are very good at systemizing and are going for specific results, and like the creation part is stronger in men usually. The male polarity is much stronger in men. But you need both. You need both. You know, you can't say that one is better than the other in a magical context because it's yin and yang. They need to all be present, and you will have a natural strength in one direction, but you should work on developing the other one. But to answer your question and to wrap it up, generally speaking, men are better at creating and systemizing and then being directional with their witchcraft. You know, women are a little bit more uh, all over the place. Is that all over the place? They're good mediums, and they're yeah. Oftentimes, they have it's easier for them to sense energies, but it's not very directional. They're they're more open. You know, you can also see that in even in the when it comes to sexual organs. You know, the feminine is receptive, right? It's receptive. The male is penetrating, you know. So women are, yeah, they take in things, if that makes sense. Men are more directional there, you know. But you need both. You need both of those qualities in your witchcraft. So men are probably more powerful when it comes to creating effects with the magic, and women are probably slightly better when it comes to mediumistic activities. You know, ever worked with Barbatos? Yes, I've worked with Barbatos. What spirits did you work with when you first began? Many, many, many. Okay. People don't ask me about other magicians. Don't ask me about other people. Okay. I'm here to represent my stuff. This is like I'm really confused because somebody here just asked a question about some other magician, mystic, whatever that is putting out stuff. Look, you don't go into a martial arts school asking the trainer about some other martial arts school. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? This is really disrespectful. It's really disrespectful. Okay. Go fucking check his stuff out. If you like it, go with that. Okay. But don't ask me to give you my opinion about somebody else. First of all, that would be totally disrespectful from me. Okay. Why would I talk about that person if they're not present? Okay. I'm here to represent my knowledge, what I offer in my programs and courses. Okay. And by you bringing somebody else into the picture, you're being disrespectful. Okay. Just see a martial arts school. There's a teacher, and you walk up to him and ask him about another martial arts school. Hey, what do you think about that martial arts school? Should I go there? You guys are really screwed up in the head, man. It's really weird how people think. It's really weird how people think, you know. But I guess I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. You see, when it comes to to witchcraft, when it comes to magic, it's very similar to, let's say, something like the martial arts. I have to trust the student to give them my knowledge and wisdom. You see what I mean? It's like teaching them a deadly technique in fighting. You see, people have this weird mindset these days where it's just like everything is replaceable, everything is just generic. You know, I'm gonna sample here, I'm gonna sample here, I'm gonna sample here, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, they don't learn anything. You see, what people don't understand is that what is required is dedication and focus. Dedication, focus, and loyalty. This is what is required to actually reach a higher level. You see, these things are not old fashioned. Okay, even though you might think, oh, well, who needs that? Well, we got the internet, we got access to everyone. Blah, 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 blah. No, certain things that are old are actually good. Okay, people don't have values anymore. People have no, and that's why their spine is not straight anymore. You see, how are you going to walk through the world with your with an open with your chest out, with your spine straight, with actually a little bit of pride in yourself if you don't have values like that? You're just going to be weak. What is that? You don't stand for anything. You're just you sample here, you sample there, blah blah blah. You're nothing at that point. What is wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people? Have a little bit of fucking respect, you see? And see, only people who have self-respect will understand that. People who don't have a sense of that, they will be like, what's wrong with it? Why is he getting so upset? You see? But that's I never claimed to be for everybody. Okay. I said it from the beginning, probably from the first video that you saw of me. I don't know, or maybe not. But look, most people are just not built for this. It's just a fact because they have no honor, no morals, no dedication, no discipline. They're spineless, okay? And what really scares me is that you got grown fucking men walking through the world, an army of fucking men walking through the world without any of that, okay? Your great granddaddy would be ashamed of you, okay? That was probably still a man. That was a real man, okay? 100 years ago, 150 years ago, that was a man, not a little bitch, okay? That was a tough guy, a real man, you know? But this shit, I mean, it's getting rare. It's getting really rare. So if you're a little bitch, please don't even watch my videos. Okay? If you don't have a spine, if you don't have loyalty, if you don't have dedication, just go somewhere else. Just go somewhere else, please. Okay. And then I never go for numbers. I never went for numbers. Okay. I don't want to have the biggest programs. I want to have the best students. That's what I want. Okay. And what makes a good student is exactly the things that I just mentioned. Okay. Internal qualities. Okay. When I say little bitch, it doesn't mean that women can't have these qualities. Okay, this has nothing to do with gender here. I'm just saying that at least if you're a guy, if you're a man, if you want to be like, yeah, like what else is a man? I mean, what else is a man except his dedication, discipline, and convictions? What is a man? What is that? Just because a dick, just because you got a dick, you're not a man. Okay, so get it together. Okay, and once again, if you're a little bitch, please leave the stream right now. Go somewhere else and you know go where bitches belong. Do you like EFT technique? Do you think it's effective? I did notice a change. Yeah, it can help. Can definitely help. In the martial arts movie, the guy tried to have Bruce Lee and an older martial art teacher as teachers. He told him you can't serve two masters. There you go. You see. In the US, there seems to be a war on real men. The media wants to encourage everyone to be soft, especially men. It's disturbing to see this happening. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what can I say about that? Yeah, it's sad when it comes to the subconscious. Why are some changes more difficult than others? Probably fears or not being able to simulate the activity. You speak Arabic, professor. Is that a question? No, I don't speak Arabic. Professor. Professor of the occult sciences, right? No, not a professor. What is that? If we are unable to hear spirits but can see them, what can we work on to develop the hearing? Wait for the lessons on Magic Mentor. I believe you're on it, Terry. Just wait for the lessons on Magic Mentor. You're going to learn all of that. What's the best way to integrate your root chakra? Open it. Open it. You don't need to integrate it, it's already part of the energy system. You just need to take care of it. Will you speak more about the art of war like you did a few days ago? A few days ago. Um, Maybe, but not right now. Listening to you has helped me avoid several major mistakes in my magic. It's good to know. Good to hear that. When you say simulate, do you mean visualization using the six senses? Well, as a general rule, you will not be able to do something if you can't see yourself doing it first in your mind. Okay. So focus on experiencing yourself doing it successfully and you will perform much better. Is it good is it a good idea to keep reinforcing ritual magic? Keep reinforcing ritual magic. You mean redoing the ritual can be helpful sometimes. Yeah, can be helpful. Frank, could you talk about some of your more crazy astral projection experiences? I could, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. No, I don't want to. I mean, if you want to hear about my experiences and whatnot, um, the last two newsletters that I sent out on your Sorcerer Speaks newsletter. If you're not subscribed to it, you want to subscribe to it, go into the description of the last couple of videos of mine. You're going to find a link where you can subscribe. Um, the last two emails were experiences, real life experiences that I had and what I learned from them. So there are so many, but I mean, I don't feel like talking about them right now. And if I would talk about them only in a context where you learn from those experiences, because I'm not here to entertain you, simply, you know, because you're not going to learn from it. You see, if I just tell you, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that, I would be an entertainer, but I'm here to teach you, and that can only happen if you benefit from the story. You know, can visualization help you learn another language? Yeah, you can change your self-image in a way where you're very good at speaking that language. That would be a possibility. Sure. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself when I'm trying to communicate with spirits. How can I improve? Get on Magic Mentor if you're not on there yet. Are the seals of Solomon on Google legit? Well, is energy usually transferred through teleportation, so to speak, rather than through space and time when performing a magic ritual? Um, yeah, but teleportation is not necessary because energy. Hmm, okay, let me explain it like this. I wouldn't call it teleportation, but what you're affecting is the hyperspace field, or that's a fancy word, right? Look, man, see everything, including physical objects and people, as energy fields. Okay, and at a certain vibration, it's only energy. So what we're doing is we're affecting the energy of another person or another or an event, and we can do that instantaneously, meaning we don't have to go through, let's say, 3D, we go through 5D. Okay, so we don't have to go through space to hit that target. We can skip that, and yeah, I wouldn't call it teleportation. It's just instantaneous influence. How you focus on the energy field of the person. You know, it's a principle you will find in sympathetic magic, for instance. But look, this maybe sounded a little bit complicated if you don't have like a ritual in front of you to actually see the connection. Get on Magic Mentor, okay? Get on Magic Mentor, please. I'm getting tired, man. It's fucking, what is it, 7 a.m.? Yeah, I should get some sleep. 7 a.m. So get on Magic Mentor, okay? grailoftheserpent.com/Magic Mentor info. If you're not on there yet, you're missing the fuck out. Okay? So get on it. If you want to ask me about other magicians or other people that offer teachings, courses, you can go fuck yourself too. Please leave and go listen to them. Okay. So the people that actually want to study under me, that want to get my teachings, that want to get my knowledge, get on Magic Mentor. grailoftheserpent.com/Magic Mentor info. The rest, I don't really care for. Okay. I don't need everybody. I just need a few good people. Well, I have 350 people signed up already. No, it's not 350. It's 335, somewhere around that. 335 people. So a lot of people have made that decision, and I had one person unsubscribe, and then they came back and subscribed again after the first month. So, okay, everybody's on there, and apparently, what I'm teaching is very good. So think about it. If you're missing out on this stuff because you're too cheap to spend $40 a month, which is much less than a cup of coffee on this stuff. Damn, like that's fucked up. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you if you actually do that because you're wasting your life. Listen, you're getting older every single day. You don't want to waste your time more. You don't want to watch YouTube videos about this topic. You actually want to learn the real stuff, okay? Now, how many fucking videos have you watched? How many fucking books have you read about this topic? Are you are you where you want to be? Probably not, right? So what the fuck do you have to lose? You have everything to win and nothing to lose. So fucking get on Magic Mentor. And like I said, 335 people have already subscribed and nobody unsubscribed. One guy unsubscribed, but right away. He signed up and then unsubscribed right away because he just wanted to sample for a month. Guess what happened once the month was over? He subscribed again. Okay, so you got your answer. Magic Mentor. That's what you need to do. Okay, get on my program, and that's it. Peace.